Greetings everyone, Napoleon Complex here. We're going to be fighting the Battle of the Kerkha River again. This time it's the Elamite side. Here's the blurb if you want to read it. So word, I have already gone into this battle once before. And it was a bit of a train wreck. I didn't really know how to use the Elamite army properly. I have a bit more of a plan now. Essentially what this rough ground gives us a little bit of a chance, but it's not going to be able to stop these retained spearmen, and the shielded spearmen can fight over it. We've also got these enclosures behind the rough ground, but they're not as good. Once the enemy are over them, they're over them, and they can really start to mess us up. So what I think we need to do is we need to push forward a little bit. We need to position our Elamite and masked archers on the rough ground, and then behind that we have our better infantry. These Sargon retained spearmen. They're offensive foot. They're offensive median foot. I think we should push them around the flanks, and then see these heavier units, the Barhash militia spearmen. They would be perfect for holding the enclosures. So the archers are the Barhash spearmen are basically going to drop a defensive line here, and I'm going to use my guard spearmen to advance around the flank and trying to hammer the enemy where they will feel it the most. So on that note, we'll start to maneuver. So basically all the archers are going to come this way, not the whole command, just the archers. I'll need to get these other units sorted out first. One of the hardest things to do in a historical battle when you're still coming up with a battle plan is just maneuvering your formation in a manner that doesn't leave it completely messed up. So these spearmen are going to aim for this patch of ground here. And hold it. We've got some rough ground here. I think if we can get some archers to this group here and to this built up area here, that will also help. It will give those units the chance to fight on the best terrain possible. There's no point, I think, in going all the way over here. We need to keep our forces reasonably concentrated. Okay. And now, actually now we can pretty much just turn everyone. Except the chariots. I didn't really make much use of my chariots last time. Pull them back for a moment, so they can come in and fight anywhere we're having too much difficulty. Okay, so I need more of those archers to kind of circle around the back, support the attack for spearmen. How many of these spearmen do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's not really going to be a long enough line that's going to hold this tile, this tile, this tile, this tile, and this tile, but we've got no one to hold this part here. So I'm going to have some archers here, I think. Okay, that's fine. So the rest of these archers should turn around and start heading for this sort of area here. As for the skirmishers really won't get a chance to do much, I think, except their job is basically going to be to not get in the way and to slow down the enemy army. Start to gather them together so we can at least concentrate their fighting prowess. I wish the game wouldn't leave them scattered all over the field like this. A force that isn't concentrated might as well not be there. Okay, so you can see they're already pressing towards us, and that puts us under immense pressure pretty much from the word go. I'll shoot them here. Feels like a bit of a waste of arrows, but any early disruptions to this enemy force will be helpful. And since we're in position to do so, go and hit them here. It's even... Okay. Held firm. What a waste, and now we're vulnerable to a counter-attack. Try and cover us here. Just keep moving this way for now. Okay, continue to move around the flanks. You can go that way. As mentioned, these guys are going to come and eventually occupy this patch of ground here. So we need to plan our maneuvers so that we curve around in that direction and that we don't get our troops in one another's way. These archers are ultimately going far to the left over here, so let's keep that in mind. This unit is aiming for here. Well, let's see. This unit is moving over here, and I think with enough maneuvering, with the correct maneuvering, I might be able to get a unit into position to help them reface in the proper direction. Probably not, actually. Right, they'll just take a little bit longer to get into position. This unit's going to have to do the same thing. Archers maneuvering takes priority. Right, we've done all we can. Next turn. And at least our skirmishers so far taking up the attention of the enemy skirmishers. Already going after my massed archers. And because they're in the rough ground, they could charge my massed archers, which would be potentially disastrous. This part is mostly just lots of soldiers moving. Okay, luckily no cohesion tests there. We might be in position to do something against their skirmishers here. What are the odds? Never tell me the odds. Turn around. Thwack them. Thwack them again. I really don't want to spend more arrows on them than that. No, I don't think I will do that. We'll just hit them with a volley. And that'll have to be that. And of course then they disrupt. That means I can at least focus on the threat in front of me. Good, that's disrupted. No more arrows, please. We need to save them for more important business. Just get the Zakaran guard in position. And keep the general back where he can get in position for more important work. Let's see. I want you to be able to swing around so that you can fall into position here. Continue around, continue around, continue around. So that Bahash unit's going to take up position here in this enclosure. So should that unit's in hindsight, well, they're not really the best unit for frontline combat. This unit, on the other hand, probably should head for that towards this obstacle here. And this unit, This is part of the group that's ultimately heading to here, isn't it? This area around here. So let them do just that. And then we're going to start to get our archers on the mast on the rough ground over here. It gets harder to know what to do with the units the further along my flank they get, because at that point my picture of the future of the battlefield grows vaguer. I don't really know what's going to be happening in this part of the field 6 turns from now. Well, I do know there's going to be furious fighting here in 3. Right, here actually use a Highland Javelin to mess these units up a little bit. That was a pretty poor throw. That, on the other hand, wasn't good. They are disrupted. And continue to move the chariots into a position of reserves. Give the general to the infantry. That's where the fighting is going to be happening. Next turn. Problem is, the enemy still has a skirmisher screen in the way, which is protecting their infantry. And those Akkadian retainer spearmen are the most dangerous unit to me, because they're medium spearmen, they don't get disrupted by the rough, and they're offensive spearmen, so there's no chance to disrupt them on the charge. We have to get them down. Unfortunately, the enemy skirmisher screen so far is actually doing its job. Okay, hopefully they'll die horribly doing that. Slightly advantaged despite the fact that they're disrupted. That's how dangerous they were. And that means we're not going to be able to fire. That is awful for us. Absolutely abysmal. Right. Hopefully they're not going to stand their ground. They're good. That pushes them away. Since our arch... We've got them here moving on to engage us here as well. Right. Shove them away from us. They still stood their ground, which means they can do it again to us next turn. Oh, of course, we've still got the archers here. Right, there is one thing I can do. Get out of the way. That means you can shoot. Alright. I suppose you're in range as well. Nope. Okay, you are going to attack that unit, whatever happens. And we are bringing up reinforcements to help with this situation here to cover the archers. So I guess then in that case, this is what I was trying to avoid, but you're going to have to shoot here. Okay, the health farm anyway. There was always going to be an element of luck to that. Push forward, that gives this unit here somewhere to slide into line. We need to push forward aggressively on this flank. You're going to be holding the enclosures as we discussed. You guys are going to be holding that enclosure, which means you need to hurry up. Okay. At least our archer force is moving into position. Turn this unit. There was so many infantry coming up here. There's not really a lot my chariots can do against a force that size. They need an opportunity to slow down a flank or something to really be effective, and they're too far away to get to this left flank where most of the action is actually happening. Give this group a general. I get the feeling they're going to need it. As for here, where we're actually winning, sort of. Well, first blood to us. I don't know, you guys run. Turn around so you threaten these Akkadian light javelin if they decide to go after my Elamite light archers. And that's it. Next turn. Okay, good, that's forced them to use this fire rather ineffectively. I don't know, even with all of the work we've done to set up this rough ground, I still don't expect things to go well. Because for us to win here, I first of all have to repel their left flank. Now look at this situation here and ask yourself, how likely does that really seem? Look at this thing bringing these troops away across as well. So they're going to be upon us soon. We then have to turn and repel their centre as it crashes into my lines in the enclosures. And then we have to somehow bring our victorious flanks around to beat their massive army on the right. At least it caused them some casualties, and these are my best forces that are going in. Right. Now that allows us to turn here. We need to disrupt them here. If we don't, we've basically already lost. And we don't. Because of course we don't. So having just explained why we're doomed, let me try and make something happen that is going to cause us to not be doomed. Right. Maybe they just need a little bit more encouragement. Amazingly, that's actually worked. Right, they are now going to get chased by the Akkadian retained spearmen. Again, we need to disrupt them next turn, or we all die horribly. So, welcome to Deity. Difficulty. I hope you like disruptions. Swing around like that, give yourself a little bit more freedom of movement. Okay, right, we are slowly maneuvering into position. Okay, right, keep going. Keep going. You guys stand here, you're here, you go here, and you're here, and everyone else just move along to start to fill up that line. Well, actually from there. The eccentricity of my battle plan usually correlates closely with how horribly desperate the situation is. I don't know what happened to them, they're way off from where they need to be. At least I got a clear picture of where the battle is actually going to happen now. You know what? You can go and hit them because they are by far the biggest threat right now. That applies to you as well. I don't care that it's a half volley. This is a desperate situation. This is a desperate fight for our survival. Next turn. God. Oh, and when I say that it's a desperate fight for our survival, if the Akkadians manage to break through, they are going to burn our city to the... Well, they're going to destroy our walls. I don't know what happens to the population, but it probably won't be pleasant. Interesting. That at least slows them down. Especially if that happens to them. Not usual for the AI to prioritize my light units like that. Good, I think they just lost the impact. Fantastic, okay. That is exactly what we needed to happen. And this is another area, so of course they're going to engage us there. Bounce them. Excellent, okay. Right, last time I tried this I had some really bad luck with impact. On one hand, if they engage, it'll slow them down. On the other hand, if we will, obviously, of course, lose the Elamite Slinger unit. I'd rather lose the Slingers, frankly. Chariots are going to be a problem. There's a sea of Akkadians out there. Rather than get shot to pieces, they decide to go into melee, which is going to let them get their Akkadian auxiliary, and we're in trouble. When did they rally? Oh yeah, they didn't actually lose cohesion in the first place. We've just got some kind of quality advantage here. Right. We have to win on the right. Push them here, of course that's going to expose us to a flank attack, so I need to move to prevent that quickly. I'm bringing the archers around because I figured I'd be able to protect them, but I think you can all see how dangerous that chariot's position is to us. It's only half arc of fire. I guess we'll hit the Akkadian auxiliary foot. Now I do have a slight chance here. Good. This is actually all going my way so far. I don't know how long my luck can last. Since you're going to have the messy impact, I need to beat these guys quickly. You're just going to have to deal. I think, okay, we managed to get into melee, good. That gives us the maximum chance of driving these guys off quickly, but fortunately the gamble didn't pay off. It didn't not pay off. We didn't suffer nearly as badly as we could have there, but it didn't fully pan out. Right. Hit them. Make me feel better. Ideally, they should be standing there, and this unit should be here. And this unit can be here, I suppose. These are just defending the line of enclosures. Right, and just keep going. Go and shoot something, maybe. Shoot something. So that's where the line's going to be. Here we just start setting up. This part of the line, this part of the line has actually got into position fairly well. As usual, making use of the rough ground whenever and wherever we can. Alright, we are going to take a thumping. Still haven't managed to make that large percentage chance of victory pay off for us yet. Ourselves yet. And my general's now in melee, so that is going to have an effect on my maneuverability. That's also something that ganked me last time. Oh, hit the turn. It's okay, that's just a javelin one. The Elamite light archer unit now needs to get out of the way because they're just going to block our archer's fire. Oh no, don't. Phew. Don't run there, don't block our archers. Okay. Please tell me they're getting close to auto braking. Enemy are showing a lot of determination here. Right. Get out of dodge. Let the actual soldiers take over this. Please disrupt, because otherwise we are about to get. We didn't even cause a cohesion test. Oh dear. Well, we managed to auto-break this group. Might even cause a fragmentation actually, but what now? Shoot them in the face, there's not really anything else you can do. And continue to chop up this group. Right. So just remember, just because we lose somewhere on the line doesn't mean we lose everywhere. You know, already the lack of facing is going to hurt us because I'm not going to be able to shoot here. Turn to face. Actually, turn to face this way, because you may be able to get around the enemy's flanks. And we'll shoot them here, I guess. But my ultimate target is these Akkadian auxiliary foot. Might be able to bring the archers around to do something soon, so let them do that. Take a position here, You guys to there. At least you guys are now where you're supposed to be. Hit those light unit. Hit those medium foot. Bring them over to here. At least we've got a chance of concentrating our fire. Continue to move, please. Oh, nuts! They're upon us. Okay. Right, I guess it's not so bad if we end up fighting them here. Just get the remaining archers into position and turned around. We can hopefully repel their scattered forces from this point. Thing is, it's going to leave a gap in our line if we're not careful. I have to face the very real possibility of a localized collapse here. I just let's end turn there, assuming there's nothing else to do. Shoot them again, please. The stage is now set for the battle proper to begin. Okay, so that's now then disrupted. We are going to get horribly maimed here. Might give them... I don't want to give up my general. They're going to die. Another area where we need to cause a disruption. If they can stand their ground here again, then we're probably going to lose that flank. Or at least part of it. Okay. AI proving once again it's smart enough to get into melee rather than risk getting shot at. These guys probably won't get to take part in the battle unless things go really wrong for me. Yeah, I can see why they've done that. Still work better than getting shot to pieces. Even with the disruption, they've still only got a 29% chance of losing, and because they're above average, they've got a decent chance of rallying up. Fingers crossed that this causes some disruption. It doesn't. Nice. Okay. Get in there, just get in their face. I want to try and threaten an intervention here. Because I don't know if they'd still be able to engage here or not. I'm hoping that they can't. Just give them a half volley here. Just keep facing this direction here. Fingers crossed that they can't engage my archers here. I may have just done something rather stupid. But we got the cohesion test anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Shoot them here. Shoot them again here. They're going to die horribly. Give this group the general. Fantastic. That paid off immediately. I really should have decided this first, but thankfully we stood our ground there despite the odds. Alright. So far the situation is under control. Let's pray it remains as such. Some of our archers can start to fire. Hit these guys, they're more valuable. Because our arrows do not care how high your morale is. You guys continue to try to get out of the way of what's coming. We need you over here, ideally. Move further, let's see. I see what's happened. That's fine. Just try and get over in this direction. I know you are technically blocking your archers, but this isn't like in pike and shot where I have to worry about the... should be able to shoot them to bits before they get into contact with us. This isn't like pike and shot where I have to worry about wasting retaliatory fire. We'll be able to move out of the way and let our archers fire in peace. Even from long... let's see, hold on. Because even from long range, that would be worth it. And you guys just fire here because you're screwed. Have fun dying in the hot, let's see, Middle Eastern sun. Yeah, hot Iranian sun. That's where we are. Right, engage here. We want to win this battle as quickly as we can. And just keep them under pressure here. If they engage either of these units, then they are just going to move into a flank attack. Next turn. Lucky volley. Yeah, saw that coming. Chariots are trying to get around their flank. Hopefully they won't be able to get into position early enough. Wow, that was quick. Thought we had a bit more time than that before they got into position. These militia are also a potential target because they're below average. So they're going to have a real problem getting over the barricades. It'll especially help if they block off the more skilled shielded spearmen. Nah, I figured, because I know that's been patched out, you can't screw around with the facing anymore. So we're also in trouble here because we failed to disrupt them. However, the situation might not be as hopeless here. Pushed back here. So what we've got here is a battle line that's starting to swing around itself. We're winning over here, but we're getting pushed back here. Okay, that's not a bad place to get a pushback, honestly. But I think I might be able to flank and push off their chariots now. Let's see. Well, those are heavy chariots, aren't they? Well, oh wait, no, hold on, there's a better thing I can do. It's going to have to be with this unit here, since... I could push out into the desert here, I'd be exposing myself to that levy group though. But with things going so badly here, I might need to do that. Right. Okay. Hit them here. Hard. Because we're going to need this to be hard. We're not going to be able to win this by flanking. We're just going to have to grind them down. Strike here. Oh, fantastic. Fragmented them. Right. Okay, that actually opens up a few possibilities. Go for the guaranteed break here. Time is of the essence. And then we can move in here, and now we're ready for a flank attack, or we can move out to attack this area here as the situation. In fact, no. Turn here. We can move on and pile into these Akkadian auxiliary foot. And then we can get the flank attack anyway next turn, which means we'll break them before the chariots. And they break anyway. Excellent. Everything's going exactly according to plan there. We can turn, we can isolate those chariots, and our archers can move up to help mop up the chariot menace from long range. Beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better series of events there. Of course, getting efficient fire on the chariots may still be a challenge. Flaming Nora. This part of the battlefield, on the other hand, is not going according to any plan that I would put my name to. Even if we were to get into successful contact, and that is a big if, we'd still only be winning with 23%, and if I charge in here with my Bahar Shielded Spearmen due to our facing, so let's see, we're going to be trying. If we could get into combat with them, we actually have decent odds. I could leave the enclosures and try and even this up. I need to decide what to do before this break happens, because once this break happens, any number of my units could disrupt. I have very few good options here. Blow me down. Attack. It's really, really ugly. We're gonna have to hope they cling on. And they don't cling on. But what? Because if I flank here, we're risking getting flanked elsewhere. And they'll just engage here and then flank is there. So I can't take that flank opportunity, not yet. And I don't see when I'm going to get another chance. If we let... Wait, that's an obstacle. That does protect the flank. Okay, we can act... But of course, it also protects their flank. Oh dear. And we can't... We're just going to get so badly slaughtered because they're defensive spearmen. I think the best thing to do is just let this attack go through. Let that unit break, try and get our troops away from it, to get our soldiers turned around. Turn around to repel them here. Get this unit over here. Okay, so we've got something to defend the enclosures with. And beyond that, just keep peppering these enemy forces as they come forward. Focus fire over here. Where we've got these incredibly vulnerable units. Now I have to hope that this unit goes down gracefully. Or if they fail to go down gracefully, I just have to go for the auto break. Since we did manage to get the disruption there, hit them again, please. And again. That's an auto break. Right, we can now go to see if we can get disruption here. Fantastic. They're going down like flies. Get over here, we're safe from the break. It might block any unit of my archers, but that's not such a terrible thing. In fact, since they're protected, pull them back. They can maybe go somewhere else in the line where they'll be useful. We know what the situation is here. There's nothing I can do about it. And now we just have to see how badly we die here. Not too badly at all. They're dying at an acceptably slow rate. Next, miscellanea. I would actually like to keep these archers alive, please. Fall back. If they can draw the chariots off, that would be great. Give this unit the general, because I think they're about to have to duel the Akkadian commander there. It'd be really nice if we could kill Rimush. Turn here because that unit's about to become relevant to the battle space. Now, next turn. That was a big one. We're up to 17%. If we can break the Akkadian army quickly, then this may still be okay. I wasn't expecting everything to go my way anyway. It's times like this where I do wish my computer was just slightly quicker. Okay, they're disrupted, which means that they're not fighting well. I can't take fights with their shielded spearmen with my archers on enclosures. Much like this situation is threatening to materialize as. So we're going to have to try and shoot down these well-protected infantry. Or at least cause them enough casualties to give us a chance. If we can get into these, we are starting to come around, and my flank attack is starting to materialize on the left here. See these mobs? They can take tons of arrows without disrupting, so they are actually a threat to us. Of course, they do actually need to make contact with something they can actually defeat. But mobs are arrow sponges. Use them for that effect if you're ever using archers. That was a really bad place for them to rout, because they're now blocking my line of sight in so many areas. That unit just had to get its checks in first, didn't it? I think the AI is... Oh god. Okay, we knew that. I was hoping this unit at least could hold on. At least my general's unit didn't panic here. We've got to be thankful for that. Right, and let's see what happens here. We might get a lucky disrupt. These units are above average, so it's not likely. No. Above average units generally don't panic. Right, my computer just froze up. I'm just gonna... I was just checking the recording there for a second because my computer did freeze up a little bit, and I wanted to make sure that the recording was still going. OBS has a tendency to crash sometimes when it's overloaded. Okay, usual procedure. We have to shoot these guys down. No such luck yet. As a last resort, I can engage in battle with the Akkadians here and try and go for... Let's see what to target. The Akkadian shielded spearmen are becoming a major threat because these militia are holding the rest of my army in line. Bring these units forward. They're actually becoming... Oh, hold on. Yeah, because we want to avoid this route here. Well, we know it's going to happen. Let's just get it over and done with. I needed that to not occur, and now they have the rough ground. Oh dear, that was a bad thing to happen. Right, I think how bad are things here? Not too terrible, actually. If we can general up. No, this is when the bad luck starts to happen en masse, isn't it? Engaging here would be a terrible toll on our soldiers, but if I general up, it might work. Okay, we did actually manage to close the melee there. The usual, just keep trying sometimes. That means I can get a flank attack here this turn. That speeds things up just a little bit. If they've got a 54, they've got a slightly less than 54% chance. If they can hold on just a little bit longer against the Akkadian spearmen, I can get them help, because I can now send this unit in to the fight. We're holding up the chariots there. No drama happening there. And let's bring these. I think I forgot about these archers for a few turns. Let's bring them. Oh, hold on. Let's bring them around. Because they were going to shoot down the chariots, weren't they? And I forgot I even had these. Yes! Okay! Right. We are back in business. I think that might... From here, it's... Yeah. Because my archers are getting frightened by being close to the chariot, so they're actually better off holding back here. This is actually going really, really well. Once my archers get over here, they can hopefully get a flank attack, and I think we can keep them in check until then. So let's face the parts of the battle which aren't going quite so smoothly. We'll turn around here, turn here, basically just holding a battle line here. Relatively calm situation. Yeah, we have to fire on, as much as I'd like to go after these guys in force, we have to go after the Akkadian Shield Spearman unit, because it is the big threat on this part of the line. Just someone succeed in disrupting these guys already. Okay. Well, if nothing else, we might panic them into going into melee prematurely. Held firm. Let's see if we can get an auto break. Not likely, given the relatively small size of the formation. Thing is, they are going to engage us in melee next turn, and even disrupted, they're a significant threat. Hit this group, I guess. There's so many of them that one of them is getting through. Another group held firm. No, so we didn't really have much luck disrupting them that turn. Right, I don't think there's anything more I can do. That went surprisingly quickly on the right. Next turn. Oh, miserable fortune be me. Or misery fortune mine, or something to that effect. That was a really bad unit to rally. And this is they are going to make mincemeat of our archers. They're not charging? Okay, I'll take that. We're actually in trouble on the right. Things are now going better on the left than they are on the right, which was kind of the plan, but I thought we might do more damage to them. They're charging into an obstacle across us, but they still managed to get into melee with us. Okay, they held on. That was the most important thing. They held on and now help is coming. Right. What's the most efficient way to knock these guys out? Move here, please. Fire on them. Move here because you're going to be needed to provide help soon anyway. We're out of arrows, that's why we're causing so little damage. Slowly bleeding away those chariots. But I don't really want to use the word slow to describe my actions right now. We can turn this unit. I think that's probably the correct thing to do. Blast couldn't quite finish them off this turn. Well, that's not exactly where we were in the hurry. Hit them here. Fingers crossed this is a good charge. It's broken them. Right, that's disrupted them there. Lots of skirmishers in the way here. Charge here. That got us absolutely nowhere. Which is actually a bit of a problem. That slowed us down. At least this unit actually managed to hold on. Since they're threatening us here, move in and threaten the flanking move here. So that's where we are at that point in the battle. I really doubt that unit of archers is going to rally up, and it's past its point of relevance in the battle, to be honest. So do I want to send in a general here? To be honest, we need any advantage we can get. So yes, I think I will. Let's see who's in the war. Put them here. I'm hoping for a quick victory. I'm also hoping that my generals don't die. This is where things are critical. I'm going to drop back here. Even if we disrupt, it does keep me out of trouble for a second turn. Slow motion arrow fire. Keep firing. Excellent, that's what we needed to happen. Sometimes you just need to find a way. Sometimes Field of Glory is just all about finding extra ammunition from somewhere. Just one more move you can make. Just one more thing that might turn things in your favor. Let's utterly wreck these Akkadian Guard, and I mean throw everything at them. Fine. We're not going to be able to disrupt that unit anyway, so I say just go for the auto break. They're gone. Now, a lot depends on whether or not this unit disrupts, because I can take a blow to one part of my line. I'm not going to be able to take a part to two part. Oh, that's it. That's what we needed to happen. Okay. Well, things aren't looking so good for you now, are they, Rimush? Or Rimush, or whatever your name is. Yes, I know your name. I'm being deliberately condescending to you. Yeah, I'm just park here and look menacing. Right, and I think with that, very successful turnover. This battle is coming to a close in our favour. Taking quite a lot of bow fire here, and these units can't really take bow fire very well. Well, thankfully, due to how well the skirmish went, a lot of their skirmishers are low on ammo. So, here we go. This is where the bad stuff happens. In fact, never mind, this is where the bad stuff happens. This is where the bad stuff lives. More Akkadian Guard moving up. They're getting desperate now. They're hurling everything in to try and break some part of the front line. Now, their weakest units are getting snagged on my shielded spearmen, and we've got this descending on them from the north. The only thing that can really save them at this point is the enemy's humblest units. The skirmishers can cause us serious problems. Okay, don't really mind my skirmishers getting pushed around the field at this point, late stage in the game. They are getting into melee with us anyway. That is actually going to be a problem, because now I can't shoot. They just blocked me there. I'm being a little overconfident. This battle is very far from over. Especially if they rally up, which they're very likely to do. And of course, now my general's in combat because I need to even up this battle with the chariots. I've got no one to provide general's leadership here. Oh, but we got a fragmentation. That is that is just plain lucky. Hit them there. Not really sure it was worth the risk of, because they will force us back there. We're going to take quite a punch there. You're screwed. Good luck. Okay. Fire. Fire. Okay. Fire. Fire. Fire and pray for a cohesion test. Good. And better than the cohesion test, we got disruption. And fire. Right, and no such luck. Right. Okay, this is where things get interesting again. Charge them here. Pray we actually push on in. No! Oh, don't go chasing after skirmishers! That was a bad impact. Thankfully we're still maneuverable here. Move around to threaten the flanks here. Did someone kill them already? Thank you. Right. Move. Shoot first, since I know you're low on ammunition anyway. May as well kill a few of them. And move up and turn. And move up to threaten the flanks. And get out the way, please. There's not really anywhere we can move that isn't going to give us some kind of problem or lose some potential movement. Okay, my elite soldiers have decided to go off and have basically decided to run off and chase shiny things. Now, thankfully, the right is holding up for the moment. And that is everything for this. Well, hold on, no, because things could still go horribly wrong here if we lose our general. Turn away, please. I don't think facing is going to make any difference, because the game does not work like that anymore. Move over here, please, so you don't get flanked. Oh no, because they're... That is bad. Our archers don't actually have anywhere to run to now, because if I move here, they get hit by the Akkadian light javelin. If they stay here, they get hit by the militia spearmen. Just turn here and try not to attract any attention. Right, next turn. I'm getting javelined. This is gonna really hurt. Why did you run after the light guys? It is beneath you. You are elite guard spearmen. Honestly, being ordered to target skirmishers would be a mortal insult. Yep. We're bound to start losing somewhere. Well, that helps. Even if they win, these retained spearmen have had a really bad day. They're now desperate that they need to get into melee. Unfortunately, they managed to overcome the disadvantage presented by the obstacles, which is frankly a miracle, considering they're dealing with the fact that they're both defensive spearmen and they're attacking across obstacles. AI just trying to get into melee there. Unfortunately, the health farm. Come on, surely at some point these gambles have to stop paying off for them. Nope. There's always the possibility they could rally up, and of course they'll get protection from our own enclosures. I am going to lose that melee at some point. We should win that. We are very close to victory. I mean, assuming nothing disastrous happens to our army, we should win this now. Wait. Okay. Come on. Don't make me work for my victories. Okay. Unlucky, but at least they're where they need to be. Let's see. This isn't a particularly nice situation, is it? Hit them here, pray we don't disrupt. I think we did actually. No, we're disordered, that's what's causing the cohesion loss. Ah, no, I didn't see the obstacle! I didn't see the obstacle, that was... Oh, what? Oh, no. Oh, no, that could ruin everything. Just one mistake made by the fact that I was distracted and overconfident. Didn't read the sign. Curse. And they've... Okay, right. And their chariots are in position to stop us. We're just going to have to hurl everything in here and hope this unit breaks quickly. Drop back to the rough ground. So the chariots are coming to kill us now. Oh, this has just gone to hell in a single turn. Do not make that decision until you see whether they've been pushed back or not. Right, just move around them. Move past this annoying obstruction. We're snatching defeat from the jaws of victory here. This is such a mess. And now the bad stuff happens. And now the stuff that was actually expected to be bad happens. Pushed back further. Okay, the bad stuff was good and the good stuff was bad. Well, that's about on par for Field of Glory. I know they're close to auto breaking. I'm really tempted to charge in. Move on up, get a bit closer to the action, and now turn and fire. Hold firm. Never mind, they were going to break anyway. That will help a lot. I'm going to go ahead and engage now. They broke as well! Okay, looks like I might not be punished quite so severely for my incredibly stupid decision there. Right, leave them in, tempting, but no, they should break on their own. They don't really need my help on that. Finally getting them off the field would help. I'm gonna go after these guys. This is such a train wreck, and it didn't have to be. More fun with Lightfoot. That was probably the best news I could have been given. That could end the fight. I certainly need something to end this fight now. Because that Barhash militia unit is completely overmatched now. Very lucky that that worked out. Come on, break them. That's the 35. They're going to break, and I hope that's going to snap them as well. I don't think so, though. No, their animations didn't stop. You can tell. Yes, that's it. We've won. Wow. As the enemy has lost heart, you are victorious. Okay, second try victory, because the first time, as I said, was a bit of a train wreck, but that is the battle. Let's just take a look at the battlefield before we leave. So, if the battle had gone any further, well, I would have broken them here, and we might have eventually got rid of this unit. But I think they would have come charging through us here because this event. Well, no, it really is just these two units. We could probably have turned these guys around here to match, to basically turn around and continue shooting them down. But that would have been a long grinding process, and I think these Akkadian guard spearmen could have caused a lot of casualties to my archers, who were rapidly running out of ammunition. So if you were thinking, well, they'll just auto break before contact, remember, we can't shoot forever. This unit was actually already low in ammunition. I'm not sure we would have had enough ammunition to finish off this Akkadian retained spearman unit. We would probably have eventually lost this cavalry battle here. But I would have eventually got rid of Manis Tushu, one of the sub-generals here. I think, despite this incredible blunder, I would have eventually cleared all of this up. And what would have eventually happened is I would have cut off basically the head of the enemy army, and then the tail, these kind of weak reserve elements, would have eventually been engulfed and destroyed. But I got a lot of luck here again, luck I did not get in the initial test game, and this could easily have come awry. See, if I'd gotten a few more bad impacts over here, I hadn't got so many disrupts early on amongst the retained spearmen. a number of things played into my winning that battle. Well, folks, I've been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching this video. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the content. I'm sorry if the footage got a bit choppy in places. My computer's a potato. I can't help that unless I invest in more hardware. I will see you in the next one. Farewell.